Hi guys, Andy here again from Mad Lad Designs with another tabletop playthrough, and it is of Thunderstone Advanced Numenera. This is the only Thunderstone Advanced game I have. I was going to get the Towers of Ruin, but that's way too expensive. So I plumbed for Numenera. Played a few times, I quite like it, so I thought I would do a playthrough for you guys. And the playthrough I thought I'd do would be this first game setup. So this is the game you play when you first get the game. It's like a beginner's level, an example. So I thought I'd play myself through that. So this video is going to all be about the setup of the game. And first of all, we are going to go through the different cards that we're going to use. So moving down the list, we have the Thunderstone Bearer, and excuse me if I don't pronounce any of the names of these things, because I don't want to butcher the names, but that is our Thunderstone Bearer. He is a 12, as we can see up here in the corner. He gives us 2 gold. However, in the first setup, once we've beaten this guy, it's game over. It gives us 4 victory points, and we get 4 experience for beating him. And his special ability is that if we choose to fight him, before we do, we must discard cards equal to the highest level of monster in the hall. So if you have a level 3 monster, then we have to discard 3 cards. So that is the Thunderstone Bearer. Moving on, we have the monsters. So we have the horrors. Here we are with the horrors. So we have the Grask. All horrors are level 3. Magical attack required, and it is doom laden. Now doom laden doesn't mean anything to the card, but there are other cards which say things like, if there is a doom laden in the hall, then add 2 more physical attack, or make your attack is reduced by 4, something like that. So doom laden on the card means nothing, but other cards will do things according to that doom laden. Gives us 2 gold. We have to defeat him with 8. It gives us 4 victory points and 3 experience points if we defeat him. Then we have the Tetrahydra, who gives us 1 gold. We have to defeat him with a 6. We have to have magical attack, at least 1 magical attack, and if we choose to battle him, we need to discard 1 weapon. Gives us 4 victory and 2 experience. The Grask again, we've seen that. Yellow Swarm gives us 2 gold. We need a 10 to defeat it. We need at least 1 magic and 1 physical attack. Gives us 6 victory points and 3 experience. The Destroyer. We need a 9 to defeat it. It's immune to magic attack or physical attack, whichever is lower. Gives us 2 gold, 5 victory points and 3 experience points. Night Howler. Gives us 3 gold. We need 6 to defeat it. It is immune to magical attack or physical attack, whichever is higher. 3 victory points and 7 victory points and 3 experience. So that is the horrors we have to face. Those are all level 3. Then we have to face the Ultraterrestrials. Now the Ultraterrestrials are level 2, but they all need, well, most of them will need exact attack number to defeat it. Abikos, that's how you pronounce it. Gives us 2 gold. I need a 6 to defeat it. You cannot defeat this card with 10 or higher total attack value. So we need 9 or less in order to defeat it. It gives us 2 experience and 3 victory points. There he is again. There's this one, and I'm not going to even pronounce it. Need a 7 to defeat it. It gives us 2 gold if we use it in the village. Cannot defeat this card with a 10 or higher, and if we choose to attack it, but before we do, we have to discard 1 hero. It gives us 2 experience and 4 victory points. Palone, whichever it's pronounced, and we have 1 gold. If we choose to use it in the village, we have 6 that we need to defeat it by. You cannot defeat this card with a 9 or higher total attack value. 2 experience and 4 victory points. Then we have this weird looking that's one of the weirder things I've seen. Yes, 8 to defeat it. Gives us 2 gold. I can't defeat the card unless I have exactly 8 in our attack value. Gives us 3 experience and 5 victory points. The Nabovian Wife. 8 to defeat it, 2 gold. Can't defeat if we have a 10 or higher in attack value, and if we attack her we need to destroy 1 hero. 3 experience, 4 victory points. I have that again, and again, and again, and again. Okay, so next up we have the Verminus, which are level 1 creatures. So we have the Slicer Beetle. 5 to defeat it, 2 gold. We must destroy an item before we battle it, and when we do, if we have it in our hand later on in the game, we can add physical attack +1 to each weapon. Now, I'm going to throw this out to you guys because I'm not sure. Is it each weapon that is equipped by a hero, or is it just each weapon that you have in your hand, whether it is equipped or not? I'm not sure of that, so if anyone can let me know in the comments, that would be ideal. But it gives us 1 experience and 3 victory points. Then we have the Scuttimorph, however it's pronounced. 6 to defeat it, 3 gold. We must destroy 1 hero before we battle it, and again, if it comes out in our hand later on when we are going into the dungeon, we can destroy 1 regular or 1 level 1 hero to add 2 physical attack. Gives us 2 experience and 3 victory points. The Lark. 5 to defeat it, 2 gold. If we have it in our hand, we can add 1 physical attack and 2 experience points if we defeat it, and 3 victory points at the end of the game. The Warmoth. 4 to defeat it, 2 gold. It's doom laden, so if anything happens and says, if there's a doom laden card out, then do such and such. Has no special abilities or anything. We get 1 experience and 2 victory points at the end. Steel Spider. Did we do a Steel Spider? Let me just check. No, we haven't done the Steel Spider yet. It's 5 to defeat, 1 gold. We must destroy a weapon before attacking it, and if we have it in our hand later on, we can add 1 magical attack if we go to the dungeon. And I think that is all of the monsters gone through. Next we have the heroes, starting with the learned. So here we are, here's our heroes we can buy or level up to in the game, starting with learned, and it is a human wizard, and he has a strength of 2. If we want to buy him, he'll cost 8. If we have him in our hand, he has a magical attack of +1, and if we go to the village or the dungeon, we can discard 1 card to draw 1 card. We can level him up to level 2 if we spend 2 experience points. So if we do level him up, he will go to a learned nano. He still has 2 strength. If we wanted to buy a level 2, it costs us 11 gold. He has a magical attack of 2, and if we go to the dungeon, we can discard 3 cards to draw 2 cards. Okay, and to level up to level 3, we need to pay 3 experience. And on level 3 we move up to enhanced learned nano. Again, just a strength of 2, 13 to buy him, magical attack of +4, and if we visit the dungeon we can draw 2 cards and then discard 1 card, and at the end of the game he'll give us 2 experience points. So that is our learned hero. We move on to Mystic. So the Mystic here is a human fighter and wizard. He has a strength of 4, buy him for 7. He has a physical attack of 1 and a magical attack of 1. And we can level him up to level 2 for 2 experience. And then we move up to level 2. The Mystic, is it Glaive? Glaive? How do you pronounce that? Mystic Glaive? He's a strength 5. We have to buy him for 10 if we were going to buy him. He does now give us 1 light. He gives us a physical attack of 4, and in the dungeon we can convert this hero's physical attack to magical attack. So when he visits the dungeon, we can use him for 4 physical attack or 4 magical attack, which is nice. And to level up to level 3, we need to spend 3 experience. So level 3 is the enhanced mystical glaive. He has a physical attack of 6. We have to buy him for 13 if we wanted to buy him. He has a strength of 6, still gives us 1 light, and we can still convert between physical attack or magical attack when we're in the dungeon. And that is our learned hero. Next we are going to move on to Stealthy. So Stealthy, the human thief. 2 gold. We can spend. Strength of 3, physical attack of 1, and we're in the village. We can buy 1 additional card this turn. Because normally when you visit the village you can only buy 1 card and that's it. However, if we have the Stealthy human thief in our hand, we can buy another card, and it takes 2 experience to level her up. Level 2, Stealthy Jack. Gives us 2 gold. She has a strength of 4, physical attack of +2. In the village we can buy 1 additional card this turn, and if we defeat a monster with her in our hand, we can buy 1 non-hero card. So if we visit the dungeon and she's in our hand and we manage to defeat a monster, we can then go to the village and buy a non-hero card, whereas normally you can only buy from the village or visit the dungeon. And it takes 3 experience points to level her up to level 3. To enhanced Stealthy Jack. Again 2 gold, 4 strength, costs 11 to buy her. Physical attack of +3, and again in the village, or if we visit the dungeon this time, we can buy 1 card and add it to our hand. And she gives us 2 experience points at the end of the game. So that is our heroes. Let's take a look at what we can get in the village. My mistake, we are not finished with the heroes like I thought we were. We do have another set, strong. These are human fighters, strength of 6, 8 to buy them. They have a physical attack of 3. You cannot level up a regular into this card, so you're going to have to pay the 8 in order to get this hero. You can't use a regular like you normally can. And if we have him in our hand, when we defeat a monster, we can discard 4 experience points to level up this hero. So we need to buy him right off the bat. And we can level him up to level 2. He has 7 strength. If we wanted to purchase him, we'd have to pay 11 gold, but he does have a physical attack strength of 6. And again, we can only level up this hero if we defeat a monster. And then we can spend 6 experience points to level him up into level 3. In which we have an enhanced strong glaive. Strength 8, 14 gold to buy, but he does have a physical strength of 9, which is much needed. And he does give us 1 victory point at the end of the game. So that now should be all the heroes. We are going to move on to the village. We're going to have a whole stack of village cards, like so, starting with regulars. Regulars are heroes, classed as heroes, but they don't have any actual class, but you can level up by spending 2 experience points into any hero, any level 1 hero, obviously apart from the strong, which we've just seen. He has a strength of 3, doesn't give us any gold, and we don't need to pay anything to buy him. We can just take the card because it says 0. Physical attack strength of 1, and if he's equipped with a pole arm, we can draw another card. So we can spend 2 experience points to level him up into any hero, again like I said, apart from strong. So that's our regular. And we have a torch. It provides us with 1 light or 2 gold. If we wanted to buy one, it cost us 3 gold. Then we have the long spear. So the long spear can only be held by someone with a 3 strength or more. Costs us 3 to buy. Gives us 2 gold if it's in our hand. And gives us a physical attack strength of +1. Then we have a backpack. Gives us 2 gold. 3 to buy. And whether we're in the village or the dungeon, we can reveal the top 2 cards. Place 1 revealed item or weapon in your hand and discard the rest. Then we have chemical injector. 6 to buy, gives us 1 light, provides us with 2 gold. We can add physical attack +1 to each hero in the dungeon when we go and try and defeat those monsters. And also in the dungeon, we can add magical attack +2 to 1 hero against Doomladen and Doom Knights. So there's that Doomladen symbol on those cards. So that's handy against Doomladen cards because we can add +2. Then we have the Mental Scrambler, which is a spell. In the dungeon, we can add a magical attack of +1, and we can also discard 4 cards and draw 1 card. Then we have paired swords, which are weapons, physical attack at +4. When you buy this card, you may place another copy of it from your village into the discard pile. So basically you're buying 2 cards at the same time. However, it does cost 7 and can only be held by a person with a strength of 5, and it gives us 2 gold if we're in the village. Partisan, which is another weapon, a polearm, gives us 2 gold, can only be held by somebody with a strength of 3, 5 to buy, and gives us a physical attack of +2. And in the dungeon we can add physical attack +1 for each other equipped polearm present. Retaliation Nodule, which is a spell. In the dungeon we can have 1 magical attack +1, and we can also +1 magical attack for each hero present, or sorry, each hero class present. So fighter, wizard, that sort of thing, we can add a +1 magical attack. Shield bearer, 5 to buy, 2 gold if we have it in our hand, gives us 1 light. In the dungeon, physical attack +1, and then we have react, which can happen at any time on anyone's turn when the actual text is triggered. So here it says, when 1 or more heroes would be destroyed by a monster's effect, destroy this card instead. So on the monster cards we saw, it would say battle, destroy 1 hero. So instead of destroying a hero, we can actually get rid of our shield bearer if he's in our hand. And then lastly we have the village headman, 3 to buy, and we can add physical attack +1 for each villager present, including this one. So if we had 2 of these, then we could add 1 for this and then 1 for the other one, and then moving on to the other one we'd add 1 for that one and then 1 for this one. So if we had 2 of these, we could add 4 physical attack. So you can see, getting quite a lot of those in your hand certainly mounts up your attack. And that's it. That is it going through the cards. I am now going to show you the board all set up, and that will be the end of this video. Alrighty, we have everything set up now. We have the village set up and we have the dungeon set up. I'm playing the solo easy version of Thunderstone Numenera. The last thing I need to do is to shuffle my basic deck, which just consists of regulars, torches, polearms, and a couple of Thunderstone shards. So these need to be thoroughly mixed, like so. And then in the next video I will draw my 6 cards and see what I can do. So until then, I will catch you guys later.